If you're watching this, perhaps you're one of the many people who feel as though every time you get dressed, suddenly it's as if you have nothing to wear. Even if you have a closet full of things, it just suddenly appears as though everything you own is unacceptable or it just doesn't suit you. And perhaps you truly are to blame. Ask yourself, when you go shopping, do you shop for things that are cute, flattering, and trendy, but they're not really you? Items that don't really feel like something you will wear? Although in the store it looks promising, it's trendy, it's in. You love it. But the problem remains when you're at home and you're ready to head out feeling your best and looking confident. And that problem is you feel like you have nothing to wear.
It's not that you don't have anything to wear, it's that you have not properly evaluated what your style is and you got too much going on in your closet. First of all, I want to admit that you do not have to be a fashion finds guru to participate in this activity. Look at me. Do I look like somebody's damn guru? Especially not no fashion finds guru. What you do need to do though, you need to find what works for you. Stop buying all that stuff that you see these influencers wearing on Fashion Nova. Okay, let's talk. No, I do not have an aesthetic. No, as I mentioned, I am not a fashion guru. But you know what I do know? I know that you feel like you have nothing to wear. Okay? And you're not wrong, but you're also not right. I know. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I went from owning over 200 items in my wardrobe and feeling like, oh my gosh, I have no clothes. I have nothing to wear. And I'm talking about on a daily basis. And I went from this to owning about a total of 60 items and feeling the complete opposite, like the options are literally endless. Yes, I know it's strange to have more items and feel like you have no options, and then to go to having fewer items and feeling like you have so many options. And I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you proof via these outfits, so make sure that you stick around until the end, friend. Okay, so as I mentioned, I don't have an aesthetic, but I do feel like I have a style. And the way that I would describe that style for myself would be simplistic, elegant, and chic, okay? Now, let me also add that I do not believe that you have to have a style for yourself or you have to reinvent yourself. But I do think that if you have a style in mind or you have a particular type of way that you like to dress in the most general sense, it's a lot easier to stick to that and to not get carried away. Because again, when we're going out to buy things, when we're in the store, it's a lot easier for us to choose what to buy and what not to buy if we keep our style in mind. Because the problem is we go shopping and we like everything, right? We see it all. We want to see this. We saw this on this person and it looked really good. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I just want to get everything. But the problem with that is when we go with this idea in mind where we're just shopping for whatever it is that we like instead of shopping for what it is that we would feel comfortable in, that we would enjoy, and that actually fits the rest of our wardrobe, we get a little bit out of control, okay? I did not do all of this overnight. I did not wake up one day and say, I'm getting rid of everything and I'm starting all over, because that is a trap. When you get rid of everything and you start all over, you're going to complete the cycle because you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything now. I have to go shopping again. But you have not developed this discipline and this set of practices that is going to keep you from impulse buying. So you find yourself in 6 months decluttering your closet all over again. Now, I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with decluttering over time, because I still regularly declutter my closet. Like if something is not working, I get rid of it, right? But one of the first steps that I took that was not so dramatic was reshopping my closet. And it's just this idea of don't remove anything. Just go through your closet. Give yourself 60 days. In 60 days, whatever is not worn in 60 days, you need to pull those items and evaluate what's going on. If you're not wearing them because they don't fit properly or you don't like them, get rid of them. If you're not wearing them because it just wasn't season permitting, you can put them back in the closet and try again during the next season. But this idea is you want to make sure that everything in your closet is being loved, worn, and appreciated. Because if you have things sitting in your closet that you don't even like enough to wear once in a matter of 60 days, it doesn't belong there, and it's contributing to the problem of I have all of this stuff and I just have nothing to wear. So rule number one is you really need to love your clothes, all of them. Okay, so what the shopping your closet is going to do, as I mentioned, it's just going to help you to transition over time. But then what it also might do for you, and what it did for me, this is not a guarantee, but I just want to share this because it pointed out something that was fairly obvious. The things that I wore all the time, even though I had this full rainbow spectrum of colors in my closet, I found myself always wearing white, nude colors like browns and beige, a few little pink colors, mostly like very mild pinks like blush or rose gold, maybe even a champagne. And I wore a lot of black and denim. And even when I say I wore a lot of black and denim, it was like a handful of things that just became some of my favorite pieces or my go-to pieces. So I just found out really quickly, like, girl, you got the whole rainbow in your closet and you don't even wear that stuff. What that helped me to do is when I was moving further along in my journey, it helped me to stop being so tempted into buying things that were not those colors. Because what was happening? The yellow dress is just sitting there. After I try it on in the store and I love it so much, I never wear it because it just doesn't fit my personality. It looked great in the store, but when I brought it home, it was like, girl, no, okay? No, you like black, you like beige, you like white. So what that helped me to do was going forward when I was shopping for things, I was like, you know what, keep this uniform in mind. If it did not fit that color spectrum that I identified for myself, I stayed away from it. Even if I really liked it, because being realistic, if I have seen that these colors will sit in my closet with the tag still attached and I never wear them, but I always wear these other colors, this is probably what I enjoy. This is probably what I'm buying for my ideal self, okay? So we're gonna talk about that. So as I mentioned, if you do not love it, you will not wear it. So do not buy it, okay? A lot of times we go to the store and we know, y'all, we know that we feel so lukewarm about something. We may like the way that it fits, but then we hate the pattern. So we're like, oh, this fits me nice, it hugs me so well, but this pattern isn't really my thing, but I'm gonna get it because it fits me so well and I really need something to wear. So we go and we put ourselves in these bad situations immediately. We go and buy things that we don't actually love. And so we bring them home, we don't wear them, or maybe we wear them a handful of times and it's just sitting in the closet, a part of that chunk of things that we feel like is contributing to this problem of I have all this stuff to wear, but I have nothing to wear. So the next thing, these are two different things, but we're gonna go ahead and group them together. The second thing is to shop your personality. And number 3 ties hand in hand with that, y'all. Do not buy trendy pieces unless it fits your personality. We all know the story. We get caught up and swept away by what we see going on up and down our feed with these influencers, right? They're showing us their discount codes for all of these different places. Fashion Nova got a sale every other day. Matter of fact, they got a sale every 2 hours. We love what we see. It fits these models so nicely. And we're like, you know what? I want a little bit of that in my life. But then when it comes down to it, we're being influenced to buy things based on what we see on somebody else. But it looks so good on them, so now we're convinced that we're just gonna buy it and it's gonna look so great on us. And that just doesn't work, because what ends up happening when you shop trends or when you shop things that don't really fit your personality, you're buying things for this ideal self that you've created, right? And I've spoken about this before in another video not related to fashion. But this idea of your ideal self is, you know, you're seeing yourself as this and you know that this could be you and this could be something that you would wear, but in reality, is it something that you would wear, or are you trying to pressure yourself into being something that you're not? So you want to stay away from things that don't fit your personality, and you want to stay away from things that are just trendy. I'm not saying that you can't buy trends, but I would definitely avoid things that you're buying only because it's a trend. Because let's be real, sometimes something might be trendy and it fits your personality and it's kind of like a piece that you know that you would wear all the time. Perfectly fine, but try to stay away from buying things that do not fit your personality and that are only trends, because you're going to fall into the trap of shopping for your ideal self. Another thing, y'all, you have to prioritize buying multi-use and multi-purpose items instead of buying these things for one occasion only. We have all done it. I'm guilty. I'm going to talk to y'all about that, but we have to move away from that. Try to keep functionality in mind, because again, this all contributes to this feeling of I have so much stuff. Why can't I pull an outfit together? When you have items that are multi-use, maybe that can be dressed up, that can be dressed down, that have multi-functions. You can wear it to brunch, but you can also wear it out on a date. You can wear it to work, but you can also wear it just to go shopping. You want to have things like that in your closet instead of having these little one-off pieces that you get for one occasion. So this I got for a funeral. like, oh, I don't have anything black to wear. And at the time, I really didn't, until I realized I got back home and I had this, okay? Okay, so I've given you some standard styling and generic tips for like how to purchase things. Now let's talk about affordability, because let's be real, a lot of us don't have our dream wardrobe because we just cannot afford to be buying all of this stuff. I want to buy stuff that I know is going to be with me for the long haul. It is never our goal to buy stuff that we're not going to wear again, but we always fall into this trap, okay? So here's some tips for how you can afford to get yourself to your dream wardrobe. Number one, I'm gonna reiterate, y'all, stop trying to do it all overnight. No, that is not the way to go, okay? So the first thing that I would say that I feel like is really important for me is not being afraid to shop secondhand. Now, this comes with the responsibility of knowing how to look at these pieces and like evaluate them to make sure that you're not getting trashed. But when I say secondhand, I'm usually buying something secondhand if it offers me a quality at a discount, right? So for instance, if you've ever gone out and bought like a cashmere sweater or like something like silk or linen, these things tend to be a little bit more expensive because the price tag is real hefty. These are quality items. You're gonna pay more because these things are gonna last longer and they just feel better on your body. They're not no polyester, all right? So when I'm shopping secondhand, I'm usually looking for something like that. Don't worry about the name brand, y'all. Name brand ain't got nothing on style and authenticity. So when you're shopping for something secondhand, you wanna make sure that it's quality and you wanna make sure that it is not damaged. I, in fact, have quite a few items that I purchased secondhand and I love them and I think that they're gonna be with me for the long haul. The second thing that I would say is break it up. Don't shop for multiple items at once. This is going to kill the budget. You're gonna be poor, okay? You're gonna be poor. Don't do that. So the tip that I have, like, this is very important. The way that you don't buy everything at once is you start to make notes. And I know, y'all, nobody wants to have homework on their style in their closet, in their wardrobe. I get it. But if you take little notes and you make notices for what is missing in your wardrobe, or I would say gaps in your wardrobe, and you leave that little note in your wallet and you take it with you every time that you're even thinking about shopping for something, you're gonna be a lot more likely to fill holes with things that you actually need instead of just buying random shit that you come home and you can't even put together with other things, okay? So what do I mean by that? If you are in transition and you're like, you know what, this sweater doesn't work for me anymore, but it's the only fucking sweater that I have, you're gonna write a sweater on there, but you're gonna be very specific. Do you want, like in my case, I know that I have this uniform now, I know that I have this color scheme, so I'm not just gonna say a sweater, I'm gonna say that I want a black sweater, maybe I want a beige sweater, maybe I want a cardigan that's not too short and that's like made of cashmere. I don't know. You want to be as specific as possible and you want to write these things so that when you go shopping, you're looking for something specific and your mind is focused on something specific instead of wandering aimlessly through the aisles picking up stuff that you didn't come in here for. So filling those holes in your closet over time and not trying to buy everything at once and keeping a note of those gaps that fall in your wardrobe is, I want to say, it's essential to keeping money in your pocket while you build your ideal wardrobe, okay? So this isn't really an affordability hack, but it's not immediately an affordability hack, but it kind of makes sense over time for affordability because it ensures that you're buying things that go with everything else in your wardrobe, which essentially is going to save you money. Because again, we don't want to be buying things that's like, I can't wear this for nothing else. We don't want to be buying one occasion buys. We want to be buying things that are multifunctional. So something that I do, if you don't want to take stuff from home when you go shopping for these specific things, because remember, we are shopping for the gaps. We are not going out and just grabbing anything. We are shopping for the gaps and we are shopping for the things that we know that we need and that will fit into our wardrobe and go with other things. So you can either bring a couple of pieces from home, or while you're out in the store, you can grab a couple of things with no intention to buy them that kind of reflect what you already have at home. So whatever it is that you're shopping for, like if you're shopping for a specific type of blouse or a specific type of dress that you want to be able to convert into a shirt or maybe a sweater, you want to grab the item that you're shopping for, and then you want to either have your items that you bought from home to mix and match it with, or you want to grab some replica items in that store that represent what you already have at home in your wardrobe, And while you're getting this thing that you're about to buy, try it on with all of that stuff. That's an easy way to make sure that you're buying something that's multifunctional. You know, how does it look with these jeans that I already have? How does it look with this skirt? How does it look with these pants? Does it match well if I were to wear it as a dress and as a shirt? Is this going to be something that's going to work multiple ways in my closet? Or is it going to be something that I have to wear exclusively on its own? Because that's going to be a problem. You want to make sure that you're buying things that are going to be able to convert across the board. And that's one super easy hack to ensure that you do. If you don't want to do all of that, look, bring it home, keep the tags on it, and immediately try it on with other things in your wardrobe. And if it don't work, you need to bring it back. Okay? You need to bring it back. My last affordability tip, y'all, is this. Do not impulse buy. I know it's hard, right? Like, there are ways that you can avoid impulse buying. Some of them include not going shopping as a favorite pastime, not going shopping for fun, going shopping for functionality, or learning how to leave your wallet at home when you go on window shopping. Because if you have no intention to buy something, you need to start disciplining yourself to not buy it. But the way that you don't impulse buy is being out and about and seeing something that's cute, because this, again, contributes to this trap again. Maybe you're buying something for your ideal self. What I tend to do is, if I'm shopping, I know that I'm shopping for gaps. And I'm not saying that every now and then I don't get something that doesn't fall into that gap, but the way that I stop falling for this trap and this cycle of just buying stuff that's not going to work for me is I wait 30 days. And this is hard because sometimes you go back and it's not there. But most of the time, you know what happens? You wait 30 days and you realize, I didn't even want that. I was just excited and it looked nice and I was going to buy it, and then it was going to go into that cycle of having all of this stuff that I don't even wear. So if I find something that I like, specifically if it's not something, if I'm not going shopping for something that I need, if I see something that I like, I take a picture of it and I just wait 30 days. If I still feel like I want it and I want to go back and get it, then I'll go back and get it. But most of the time, y'all, you take that picture, you forget about it, and then you going back scrolling through your pictures like, oh, do I want this? No. And then you delete the picture. So that kind of seems really restrictive. And I know a lot of these things that I'm talking about seem really restrictive, but it's important. And it was really important for me. I'm not an expert, but it was really important for me to follow these steps because it helped me to establish that discipline in the beginning. Because y'all, we have this bad habit of just always shopping for stuff. We're in this constant frame of like always looking for something new, always shopping for things. And this is how it happens. It piles on. We get all of this stuff and we feel like we have nothing to wear. We have all of this stuff that we just don't value. It was cute in the store, but it ain't really work for our wardrobe. We're not putting in the work to actually get things and to collect things and to bring home things to be a part of our wardrobe and really an extension of our personality. We're not taking our time with it. We're just getting anything. So when we do that, we're not really placing value in it. I feel like I have so much less in my closet, but the opportunity is endless because I love everything that I own. Before, it was like I had a closet full of lukewarm things. Like I had stuff that was just random. Stripes over here, polka dots over here. This is fitted. Like it just didn't work for me, right? And so you want to pay attention to that. You want to make sure that you're finding things that fit your personality. And the only way that you can do that is if you are taking your time and going through these things and not impulse buying.
So one other affordability tip, don't be afraid to sell your items to get the budget that you need to buy pieces that you love.